if you're someone who's still confused, I'm going to break Izanami down in a very easy way to understand before going into the inspiration behind each jutsu, which is super poetic, and that's information that was never explained to you in the anime. So I'm willing to bet a lot of you guys will be unaware of it. So Izanami is obviously a genjutsu, and while it doesn't require any hand seals to use, it does require prep time. It's different in that it targets your enemy through physical sensations that they share with you, and this is all factored into the genjutsu. The user is constructing with the intended goal of altering destiny itself. The first step requires the user to select a moment in recent time after their sharingan has been cut on and the jutsu is in the process of being used. So the user records the moment with their sharingan eye of insight down to all the minute details, from the way that the water is dripping off the walls, the way that the hair is blowing on someone's head, and all the physical sensations that both parties are experiencing. Then they replicate all those details, and Izanami overlaps and connects everything recorded for the two parties as well as the flow of time in order to manifest the infinite loop that you see the target stuck inside of. At this point, the level of mental torment is at the discretion of the jutsu caster. They can record as many sensations as they want while they have the jutsu active. So the initial recording, it will always be point A. The next set of actions, they will be point B, and it will just continue over and over to say 100 different actions until the user literally decides to stop recording sensations. The reason why the user has it in the best interest to record as many actions and sensations as possible is because they have a chance to create a more complex loop to trap their target in, which the more detailed, the more mind-jarring of a mental torture the jutsu inflicts on a target that is stuck inside the loop that replays inside their mind while their body is physically stuck in its tracks, unable to move. Each time there is a loop, all the damage and effects, they are just replayed over and over again. So imagine if, say, someone like Itachi were to record the moment before he uses Tsukyomi, which that would be point A, Tsukyomi being used would be point B, and then point C would be the moment that you collapse on the ground after Itachi releases Tsukyomi. In theory, he could just keep trapping you inside of that 72-hour loop, a Tsukyomi, where you relive the before, the during, and after over and over again if you want to be a monster. Even if the target realizes that they are inside of a genjutsu, they can't break it like a normal genjutsu to try and disrupt it by shaking up their chakra. The jutsu does not break because it adapts to the target and it forces them to relive the loop over and over until they finally acknowledge the results of their actions and accept their fate, and most importantly, their shortcomings. This jutsu was never intended to be used on an enemy, but instead its purpose was to be something much closer to what the Sage's Six Paths wanted chakra to be used for,